Hi, my name is Justin Brantley. I'm the founder of the Brantley Method, and I want to start by saying thank you for watching this video. Whether this be your first time encountering the Brantley Method or you've seen all of my videos, without a doubt, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't be making this content if it wasn't for you. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, whether this be welcome to or welcome back. I want to thank you for joining us as we dive into what really was the root and the start of this channel to begin with, which is giving you education, guidance, and direction on the recruiting process. Over my last 14 years of professional experience, I've journeyed from my involvement in grassroots basketball to operating as a strength and conditioning coach and working with student athletes on a one-to-one basis. My time spent on the recruiting sector as National Scouting Director for NCSA Athletic Recruiting, up to my point in time as the Director of Spire Academy in Geneva, Ohio. Over those 14 years, I've worked with hundreds of student athletes and help them reach the next level, whether that be NFL, NBA, or whether that be NAIA. To me, there's no difference in that. My goal and my passion has always been in helping student athletes reach their goals. So that's really what this channel is about. That's why I started this, and it's spun off into many different things, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. But I wanted to get back to the roots. So what I'm going to be doing. Every single day I get countless amount of phone calls, text messages, emails, different people that I consult for, I work with, asking questions about the recruiting process. Justin, how should I do this? Or, it'd be a student athlete that I've worked with or I'm currently working with. Coach Justin, how should I do this? Or a parent that has questions. And I'm answering those same questions over and over again throughout the course of the day. And I figured it would be fun or it would be interactive for me to do that and answer those questions in one forum and utilize this forum as an opportunity for dialogue, for us to discuss these topics, an opportunity for me to spread my voice much further than the small sample size of clients that I'm working with currently, and be able to virtually assist anybody who needs help in the recruiting realm. So what I'm going to do, each day you'll see content coming from me. We'll call it the Recruiting Assist of the Day. I will make videos for student athletes, coaches, and parents. Sometimes we'll talk about the same topic that day across all three. And then other days will just be different. It depends on some of the questions that I get, some of the things that we have going on. So feel free, any questions that you have on the recruiting process, you can drop them in the comments below. Feel free to email me, justin@thebrantley.com. I'll put that in the description below. And I'm looking forward to interacting with you, and I'm looking forward to helping guide you through this recruiting journey. The first thing I want to start with, and this is probably the question that I get the most, no matter how many times I answer it or how many different ways I shape it, without a doubt, this is the question that's asked of me the most, which is, Coach Justin, how can I go Division I? How can I get a Division I scholarship? I think that for me, the first place to start there is identifying the odds of earning a Division I scholarship. And I don't say that from a point of discouragement, or I don't say that to try and make you lower your expectations or say, hey, you know what, maybe he's right. Maybe it's too hard for me to do that. That's not what I'm saying. The reason why I bring that up is because if only 1% of the student athletes in your sport are going Division I, you have to understand that you're not going to reach that goal. You're not going to make it to that level if you're operating like the other 99%. You have to be willing to go above and beyond and work much harder than everybody else out there in order to make those odds work in your favor. So that's the first step, is figuring out, okay, how many opportunities are there? Parents, you have a student athlete that wants to go Division I. That's all they talk about, D1, D1, D1. And maybe you don't understand what that means. Maybe you have no experience in navigating the recruiting process, or this is your first child that you've had go through it. The first thing you need to know is that you're not alone. I'm here to help navigate you through this process. We're going to discuss it on a daily basis, the different things that you can do as a parent to assist your student athlete in navigating through this process. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is understanding the odds. Now, I say that not from a standpoint of I want you to give your child that reality check, where at some point in time that is going to be needed. We'll talk about that. When do you start to talk to your child about the possibilities of them not going Division I, and start to talk about finding the best fit. What are we going to do here? What are we looking to accomplish? But what I will tell you is, a lot of times when you're a parent and you're dealing with your child, and your child has a goal, no matter what that goal may be, if you're coming to them with the negative aspects of the potential of them not reaching that goal, a lot of times they're going to shut down. A lot of times they're not going to listen, and a lot of times they're not going to come to you and be open and honest with dialogue and conversation. And and then you're going to get to the end of this journey, and it's going to be too late. You're not going to have many opportunities, options. You're not going to have had a chance to really open up their minds and have some dialogue and conversation about what that future looks like. So the first thing I'll say is, from the parental standpoint, you need to understand, hey, what are the odds? What are the statistics associated with my child going Division I? As you understand that, you can have conversations with them like, hey, you're telling me you want to be a Division I basketball player. 1% of guys make it to that level, and I'm not seeing you put in that extra work. You're spending more time on Fortnite, 2K, Madden, whatever the case may be, than you are putting up extra shots or working on your game or going for runs or whatever the case may be. You may say to your child, hey, you're spending way more time on TikTok than you're spending on your online virtual learning. Those are some of the conversations, and understanding that dynamic allows you to utilize, hey, this is what you said you wanted. I'm all for it. I want to support you in any way I can, but what I am going to tell you is you can't be part of the 1% performing like the other 99. And that gives you the ability to have those conversations because you're educated on the topic. So number one is understanding the dynamic of just how many student athletes do go on to play Division I athletics in whatever sport you're discussing. The second thing is putting a team around your child. When I say putting a team around your child, I'm not talking about bouncing them from high school to high school. I'm not talking about moving them from club team or AAU team to AAU team. I'm talking about putting a team of resources around them that can help navigate them through this journey. Whether that team of resources be your high school coach, yourself if you've had any experience in this, your guidance counselor, whatever the case may be, you have to have somebody who's had experience in navigating this journey to help guide you through it. Otherwise, you're going to be lost. It's just like going on vacation to somewhere you've never been before and saying, hey, you know what, I'm not going to turn on the navigation. I'm not going to call my friend that just went there and ask them for directions on how to get there. I'm just going to jump in the car, and I know it's down south somewhere, so I'm going to drive south and eventually I'll end up there. It doesn't work that way. We have to have a roadmap. We have to have a direction in how to get there, and that's going to be step one, is putting together a team of people knowledgeable in the recruiting process and knowledgeable in the steps that it takes to make it, and those are the people that you're going to want around your child. Number three, the most important piece of the puzzle is to continue to push and continue to focus on the academic side of things. Your child has to understand that academics is not a fallback option. It's not a, oh, you know what, well, if not, then this. No, without the academic side of it, there is no college athletics. Point blank, period. If your child is not excelling in the classroom, it's going to be that much harder to get them recruited. So it's extremely important to have that conversation with them. Utilize their goal, desire, and dream of playing at the Division I level as a way to further push the academic focus. Utilize that as a way for you to connect and say, hey, look, maybe the school that you really like, maybe they might not have scholarship money for you available, but guess what? If you push yourself academically and you get a high test score and we're able to write some scholarship grants and things like that, we'll be able to get scholarship money elsewhere. Maybe you can walk on to that school that you absolutely love. So there's many options there, but it all boils down to what type of student are you? Are you in an academically sound place where A, coaches can recruit you, or B, we have other avenues to get you into school? So make sure that you're doing those three things. Very short and sweet. I want to make sure that I keep these videos short. What I'm going to do is I'll continue to build on that. Feel free to comment down below with any questions you have. Feel free to email me, justin@thebrantlymethod.com. Also, I've put that down in the description. Any questions you have on the recruiting process, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. I promise you, if you're thinking it, there's another parent somewhere that's thinking it as well. So you asking me that question is actually not only going to help you and help your student athlete, but it's going to help parents around the country, because I'll address those here in this forum and we'll utilize that to help navigate them through this process.